Hey, y'all. It's Casey Hope from Pizzazz, and I am here doing a little fun lettering with y'all today. We have been coming live every day this week, just kind of showing you little things inside our lettering club. We showed you our box subscription. So the lettering club is an online membership. Sorry, my hair's doing something crazy. It's an online membership, but in addition to us teaching online, we send happy mail to your mailbox every single month. And the girls are in there right now packing for this next batch. It's going out the door tomorrow. So today is the last day to sign up for the lettering club if you are not already a member. And then one of these packages that they're packing in there, we will stick your name on it and it will head out the door tomorrow. So today we are going to do just a little bit of actual lettering. So we did the box opening. I went through earlier in the week some of our favorite pens, and one of those was the Tombow dual brush pen. And I talked a little bit about how we liked the way that they blended together. So I'm going to show you that today. And then also yesterday we took questions and answers about the club since today's the last day. But if you've got any other questions, feel free to pop them in the comments, and we will be sure to answer them. Also, I want to tell you a little something exciting. If you like to listen to podcasts, we are launching our very first podcast on Monday. So that is like just a few days away. Monday is actually my birthday. So it's going to be on a big fun day. It's going to be my birthday and podcast launch day. It is already out in the world as far as like the trailer. So you can already go ahead and subscribe. It's called Here's Hope, Finding Hope in the Chaos. Or you can just type my name in, Casey Hope, and you can find it there too. So we're pretty excited about that. Want to give you a little heads up on that. But for now, I'm going to get right into how to use these markers because they're so fun. And a lot of times when you see all the different markers, I went over the pros and the cons when we did this, but to see them in action and see them how you can use them is just it's a whole different level of understanding the coolness. So I'm going to take myself out of the picture. I'm going to lower the camera a bit, and we are going to do some lettering. Got all the pens. All right. So I've got my pink and my blue. Do you probably need to test to make sure? Yep, they're both working. Blue's working. Pink's working. And I am on Bristol paper. Okay, so I'm on some Bristol paper right now. And we are just going to letter together. So let's letter pray more. We might throw in worry less too. We'll see about that. That's actually what's right here on my computer. And inside the club, we send out these stickers. So see that sticker right there? I'm gonna be lettering that. We send out stickers every month to our club members, and I like to put them on the computer, on packages, on my water bottle, all kind of different things. But we're gonna start with a pencil. Okay. So I want you, if you can, do this with us, no matter where you are. Maybe you only have an envelope to write on. I want you to start practicing just kind of drawing with your pencil first. So we're drawing the letters. One misconception is that lettering is handwriting, but it's not handwriting, it's drawing. So we're going to draw the letters. So first let's do the P. So watch, I'm going to come down. This is a little tricky. Down, around. Okay. Wow. That was a lot to get started, but it's really fun. So watch again, kind of make this kind of U shape. Almost looks like a Y. Honestly, this looks like a big Y. So there it comes around, and then I do that big P. And then this little loop here is getting it ready to connect to the next letter. Okay. So I got my P. Now for that R, I'm already thinking I'm going to come up. I'm going to take that loop back here. Okay. I like to kind of go high and come back, down, dip down and up. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm kind of thinking about what direction my pencil is going to go in as I draw the R. And then here is going to curve down, bam. So now I've got the P and the R. So one misconception with lettering sometimes is that it's like cursive writing where you feel like you can never pick your pen up. That is not the case. Okay. When we're drawing our letters, we're often picking our pen up in between just about every letter. Sipping my coffee this morning in between drawing. All right. So here we go for our A. I'm going to have my A be a little bit higher. I kind of want it up here. So I'm going to go for the circle first. I'm going a little higher because then I'm going to come down. Jill says, you make it look so easy. Well, I will tell you, it's only because I practice a lot. I used to never could letter, and I'm not even kidding, y'all. The whole reason that I know that I can teach you how to letter is because I taught myself how to letter. We here at the studio, we would have classes. We started with kids classes, then we moved to adult classes, and the adults would always want something personalized on their canvas or their door hanger. And I was no good at it. And I would always find whoever else was in the room, be like, let her do it for you. And I was not even good at it. And it made me mad that I wasn't good at it because I'm like, I own the art studio. I should be able to letter. And when I started to retrain my brain and realize that this is drawing and I can draw, then I was able to letter. Like, not immediately. It took practice. It took practice to learn to draw each letter. But once I started drawing it and breaking it apart and committing it to kind of muscle memory, I was able to do it a lot easier. All right, so now I'm just going to go down and back up for the side of that A. So notice that A was 2 strokes. 2 strokes. Now, I can do the first part of the Y, but I want to wait a little bit before I do the descender, I think. Or maybe I'll just go ahead and do it. And I'll fit more around it. I'll do that. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to do the first part of the Y. And watch, I'm going to curl it in like this. Now, I'm about to come down with it. And here's where you've got to think about what's coming next. So if I was just doing the word pray, I'd probably come down and just curve it like this. But I know that I want to put the word more up underneath it. So if I'm doing more, I don't want this so far down that I don't have room to fit it in. Okay. So I can make it a little shorter. Let's see here. I can make it kind of come back. Let's come back. I think like that is probably the best. Just a little short little something. Actually, I'm gonna retract that. Instead of here, inside of our boot camp, we teach you multiple ways to do flourishes. And that's one going this way. But if I want to take it back so that I have more room right here, let me do a different way. So I'm going to do this in pencil first. We're going to go here. And now instead of coming this way with it, I'm going to curve it and come out here. That's going to give me more room right here to add the word more. All right, so now here comes more. So I'm going to do a little curve for the first part. And I'm going to do a hump for the first part of the M. And because I want to kind of fill this space, I'm going to do a bigger hump there. You see that? It's just going to help fill the space a little bit. I'm going to go a little higher with my O because I do have all this space. So there's my O. Next up for the R, I'm going to come here. And now I want to kind of balance this out. So I might not come all the way down to as low as this M is, but I am going to come lower than the O. Okay, so I don't want everything up here and the M down there. And then here we come for this. And I'm just going to stop right there for now. Okay. So we've got pray more. So here is where you can tweak anything that you want to tweak. All right. Meaning if there's something you want to move, something you want to make higher, if you want to add, more flourishes. Like, do I want that? No, I don't really think I do. If you want to add any more of anything, you can. And this is before we're about to put the markers on top. So we're just kind of getting it how we like it. Now, so that this does not, with the markers, I want to kind of cover up the pencil. So I'm just going to take my eraser and just erase this just to make it like one shade lighter. I can still see everything, but it makes it a little bit lighter so that it's not going to come through on the marker quite as much. This is optional. You don't have to do this. This is not any technical or anything. It's just something that sometimes I do. All right, so now we're going to take our Tombow marker and I'm going to simply trace over the word pray. I don't have to go as slow now because I'm not thinking about how to form everything. Okay. Now we're going to go back and thicken the down strokes. So everywhere where it's coming down, we're going to thicken it. Okay. And what do I mean by the down strokes? Simply as you are drawing it on the motions where your hand comes down, that's what we call a downstroke. So up, down. Now my hand's going up, but right here it comes down. Okay. Up, down, up. There's just a little bit of a downstroke here. Up, down, up, down. And it's looking pretty cute. Next up, I'm going to go to my blue. And this is just an option, okay? If you want to add a little bit of blue to the bottom, and this is on this Bristol paper, and then a little bit of the pink, while it's still kind of wet, it will look like this faded look. This only works while it's still a little bit wet of the pigment and on the right kind of paper. This doesn't work on copy paper, just regular copy paper. It has to be something like a little bit of a slicker paper. So either Bristol board or marker paper. So again, a little bit of blue, a little bit of pink. Now notice I'm not doing all the blue and then coming back and doing this because I want it to be wet still. I'm afraid if I did all the blue, it wouldn't blend quite as well. I'm going to come a little bit lower just so y'all can see. So I'm taking the blue, putting it just a little bit at the bottom. And then to blend it, I'm going back to the pink. A little bit of blue here, a little bit of blue there. All right. Well, I like it. I like it. So now I'm going to do the word more with just my blue marker. So we're going to start by just tracing it. I know I erased it a lot, but I can still see it. Yes, Shelly says, if we have a question about the lettering club, is it okay to ask? Your absolutely. That is what I want to do. This is our last live that we are doing before the lettering club. So I want to show you just a little bit about how to letter and how to use markers. I want to give you some value, but also I want you to be able to ask questions. So feel free to type them in the chat. I can see them as I'm lettering. So go ahead. So I'm tracing everything first. Now, I'm not worrying right now about doing thick upstrokes, heavy downstrokes. You can do that with this pen. Right now, I'm not doing that. I'm just going over it. I'm teaching y'all more of how to do the faux calligraphy to where you come back in and add those thicknesses as you come down. So I'm going to add thickness here. This is up, this is down, and that's down. So adding those thicknesses. Shelly says, great question, Shelly. Do we need to purchase anything extra to make the projects each month, or will it be included in our box? Yes, most months you will, but here is the deal. You will start to form a collection of things to where you're not always going to have to be scrambling to go get something. So for example, this past month, we sent gelatos. Okay, these look, they're not packaged pretty right now, but we sent this in the Happy Mail. What we didn't send was the surface to do these on. So we showed you how to use them on canvas. We showed you how to use them on wood, and we gave some ideas of where to get it. They were not expensive to buy the little pieces of wood or anything from Hobby Lobby, Dollar Tree, Michael's, Walmart, but we didn't send you everything. We sent you these. So there will, a lot of times there will be a little something. We will send you kind of the fun portion of the project, but then also everybody kind of puts their own spin on things as well. So meaning like this morning, I just met with Pam Ivy. She is a lettering club member for years. She was in the first group of lettering club ladies. And so we were meeting together because she's going to be on our podcast that launches on Monday. And we were doing just a fun little interview. And she brought in a mixed media book. So like a spiral bound notebook full of everything we did in the club. So that meant like we didn't do gelatos back then, but inside that mixed media book is where she used her gelatos and wrote down notes of what we were teaching with it. Inside that mixed media book is where she would do her lettering practice like this. Inside that mixed media book is where she would do her watercolor pieces. So she just got one mixed media book and everything went in there to begin with. Okay, so she wasn't necessarily making it for to hang it up. She was doing it for the practice of it. So like in that case, she wouldn't have even used surfaces that we sent. So so that's an idea too. But great question, thank you. If you've got any other questions, feel free to drop it in. Thank you, Lisa Joe. Lisa says the lettering club is so much fun, and the Happy Mail. I just called it the Happy Meal. Goodness, the Happy Mail is an added bonus. I'm so glad you feel that way, Lisa. That is exactly what we want it to feel like, because the value, as much as we love the Happy Mail, it is not the bulk of the club. It's the fun. Like, it's a fun little bonus. It's a fun thing to make you feel happy when you go to your mail. But the value of our club is in the community and sharing ideas and coming together and learning and cheerleading each other on. All of that is where the value lies. So here I'm going to add a little bit of the pink to the bottom now. And then I'll use the blue to come back in. Ooh, pretty purple. Might have to use a little less pink. That's going to turn the whole thing purple. A little here, a little there. Going back to the blue. I'm not going to be able to color all the way up because it's making it so purple. And I want to make sure, I do want the purple there, but I'll make sure that it fades into the blue. This has a long area, so it fades easier. Shelly says, if you pay for the full year, can you cancel if you decide it's not for you? You can definitely cancel, but we do not refund you. If you pay for the year, we go ahead and give you the full library of everything. So we don't like, once you've seen that, we don't like refund you after that, but you can for sure cancel so that you don't, if you don't want to pay the next year, if that makes sense. But if you're just wanting to do it on a trial basis for a few months, you might be better with doing the month plan. If you want to go ahead and get that full library of stuff, then go for the year. Let's see. Nan says, I joined because I wanted to learn about lettering. The bonus was the spiritual support and sharing. God's plan is amazing. I love that part of our club too. I love that that we're just able to talk about life and how God's plan works into that and how we can learn from the Bible and all the different things. Rebecca says, I just joined 2 days ago. Yay. Welcome, welcome. Enjoyed listening to the devotions while working from home. Can't wait to get started. My kiddo is in the kids club and I was always jealous of her happy mail. Well, yay. Now y'all can share each other's happy mail. That's awesome. Vicky says, let's see, what does it say? I missed the video where you talked about your favorite pens. Is it in our library? It is on this page from yesterday. We did it yesterday. Shirley says the yearly plan is worth it. So glad. Thank you for sharing that, Shirley. Because sometimes people don't want to hear what I have to say. They want to say, okay, somebody else like me, tell me if it's worth it or not. So thank you, Shirley. A little bit of pink, a little bit of blue. With the yearly, you're saving money if you know you want to do it for the year, because it's you basically get 2 months free in addition to the whole library. It's $45 a month. For the whole year, 12 months, it's $450. You're paying for 10 months, but you're getting 12. So that's how that little fun deal is. Okay, so there we go. We've got our Pray More with our Tombow pens. Again, this is on Bristol paper. I was going to do the Worry Less, but I think I'm just liking it like this. I think I'm going to just look at it right here. But this is the type of paper that I'm using, this Bristol paper. It could also be marker paper. Different surfaces are different. But this thing right here was done with these 2 pens, a pencil, an eraser, and our Bristol paper. So you can get started with lettering with just a few supplies. Okay, just a few supplies. So let's see. Christine says, how long does it take to get the lettering book and pen set? Those are going out tomorrow. So everything, I'm going to pull myself back up here. Everything is going out the door tomorrow. They are literally in the room next to us, packing up everything, putting labels, putting all those last minute people who are signing up today, putting those labels on, and the mail truck is going to be here at 8:00 in the morning, and they're all going out then. Shirley says, do you have to do StreamYard each session? You should not have to, because I can see you right now. So I don't think you have to do it each session. So let's see if you've got any other questions, drop them in the comments. We did answer lots yesterday. Today at midnight is the last day to get in on this session. We do not open it all the time. We only open it a few times a year, and now is that time. I can't see who this is. I hate it. But it says, I have been a longtime member and I just love it. Love the variety of projects, new ideas, community of godly women, and the encouragement and freedom to create on our own. I love that. Thank you so much. And I love that y'all have that freedom to create on your own, because whenever you start doing, like, you take a little piece of what we've taught, but then you put your own spin on it and then post it in the group, like everybody's like light bulbs are going off, like, oh, I could do that too. I could do it like this. And I love that. We want to be the jumping off point for you, for your creativity to just soar. So I think that's it. I don't see any more questions. Again, we answered some questions yesterday that people had. We went over some of our favorite pens yesterday. We've been doing lots of stuff, but if this is something you want to be a part of, remember, there's no risk, because you can cancel anytime. There's only just reward, because you're going to get your happy mail. You're going to get your live lessons where we are teaching you step by step. We are going to go through a boot camp, a lettering, what we call boot camp. That's going to be March 14th, 15th, and 16th inside our private group. You have the recording of that. As soon as you join, you have the recording of the last time that we taught it. If you want to dive into it, if you'd rather do it live with us, it'll be next week. And then we're also going to make a shortened version of it for you as well. But we teach you how to letter, and then we send you things to support your lettering, your art skills every single month. So if you need a little bit of peace and play into your day, which I think we all do, then this might be just the thing for you. You are never too old to learn something new. You are never, too, you can never say, like, I don't have an artistic bone in my body, because I've seen it time and time again where that's just not true. That is some lie that you have been telling yourself, but it's just not true. So anyway, that's it for today. We will see you soon. Be sure to join the club if you want to. Tonight's the last night. All right. See you.